8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. The formation of an export-oriented agricultural economy is crucial to develop the country, the President says. The government is expected to receive $300 million from the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank soon after the IMF approves its second tranche. A program will be launched to provide students with vouchers to purchase school shoes. The BOI has achieved a $1.8 billion total investment target with signed and approved projects. Kiev hit by the biggest drone attack since the war began. In sports news, the Inter-Club Rugby League matches begin. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says the main objective of the government is to re-establish an export-oriented agricultural economy. He said all the villages will be developed as entrepreneur villages and the government will focus mainly on to strengthen the farmer community. The President made these remarks at the inauguration of the Urumaya Deeds awarding ceremony held in Nochiagam, Anuradhapura today. The government is to establish agriculture modernization centres island-wide. The President said the modernization of agriculture will fetch foreign revenue by promoting export agriculture. The President also said the island will release from its bankruptcy by next month with the help of creditors and supporting states, and all the postponed development projects too will be relaunched thereafter. The President also announced plans to resume stalled development projects, emphasizing the importance of safeguarding cultural and historic sites like Malvathuwe and Mahaviharaya in Anuradhapura. Additionally, a budget allocation of ₹1.5 billion for cricket development in rural schools was also disclosed. A senior Treasury official said that the government is expected to receive $300 million from the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank soon, after the International Monetary Fund IMF approves its second tranche. He said the IMF will approve the second tranche next month. The World Bank and the ADB funds would be used for the projects that have been held back. The senior Treasury official added that Sri Lanka was expecting the IMF's next by the second week of December, and the figure was likely to be around $330 million. He said that with the approval of the second tranche, the establishment of debt restructuring and the Ceylon Electricity Board restructuring program among the conditions of the IMF to be fulfilled, the official said. With the IMF's assistance, the country's foreign reserves were expected to exceed $4 billion, thereby raising opportunities for other financial assistance projects and bringing about an improvement in the financial situation, the official explained. A program will be launched to provide 775,000 students with vouchers to purchase school shoes. The Education Minister Dr. Susil Premajand says each student is due to receive a voucher of ₹3,000. The Education Minister said the students who are to receive the vouchers have been selected from some of the most rural and isolated schools throughout the island. The program will be launched island-wide from the 4th of December. Under the A program, a voucher will be issued via QR code. Those who receive the voucher can purchase a pair of shoes of their choice from a shoe retailer. The retailer will then receive the payment from the Education Ministry. The Ministry said only shoes will be issued via the voucher and the recipients of the voucher will not be able to convert them to cash. The Ministry of Education requested footwear companies who wish to participate in the project to register with the Ministry. The vouchers will be distributed by provincial governors who have already been notified to distribute the vouchers to the selected students in their provinces. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. State Minister Dilu Mamnugama says the BOI achieved $1.8 billion in total investments with signed and approved projects with FDI projects of $1.5 billion. He said the BOI achieved this target despite external and internal setbacks. He said besides the internal issues, negative influences also occurred due to the Israeli and Palestinian conflict and the energy price escalation. He added the government's far-sighted and particularly unpopular economic stabilization measurement has provided a much-needed foundation for reforms in the institutional and regulatory front. It has communicated positive signals to our investor community, the State Minister stated.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatma.
A senior Treasury official said that the government is expected to receive $300 million from the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank soon after the International Monetary Fund IMF approves its second tranche. He said the IMF will approve the second tranche next month and the World Bank and the ADB funds will be used for the projects that have been held back. The senior Treasury official added that Sri Lanka was expecting the IMF's next tranche by the second week of December and the figure was likely to be around $330 million. He said that with the approval of the second tranche, the establishment of a debt restructuring office and the Ceylon Electricity Board restructuring program are among the conditions of the IMF to be fulfilled, the official said.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatma.
In Watchlight, psychiatrists recommend zero screen time for children up to 5 years and gradually decreasing screen time for those already addicted. They warn that they are receiving complaints from parents about their children's addiction to mobile phones, causing them to lose interest in other activities. They warn the parents themselves admitted to using mobile phones as a way to calm their children, leading to addiction. Psychiatrists say that children are increasingly getting specially addicted to short reels on social media platforms, leaving a bad impact on their mental health. They said mobile phone addiction causes multiple disorders among children and hampers their mental and physical growth. That came to you in Watchlight in World News Headlines now. Kiev hit by biggest drone attack since the war began. Sierra Leone under curfew as prisoners on the loose. France warns people of Black Friday clothes deals. Russia has launched its biggest drone attack on Kiev since its full-scale invasion of Ukraine began last year, the city's mayor has said. Residents were woken by explosions before dawn on Saturday, and for more than 6 hours the booms of Kiev's air defences echoed through the city. There was wave after wave of attacks from the north and the east. Officials said more than 75 Iranian-made Shahed drones were fired at the capital, all but one was shot down. With Russia's dwindling missile stock, Shahed drones are seen as a cheap alternative. They are slower than ballistic missiles and have a distinctive wingspan. It was a night where the whines of engines blended with the booms of the air's defense. There have been no reported deaths from this attack, but at least 5 people were injured, including an 11-year-old child, Kiev's Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said. Sierra Leone has been placed under nationwide curfew as armed men broke into a prison, setting inmates free. Detainees from the centre of Pademba Road prison in the capital city Freetown were released on Sunday morning. The BBC News reports earlier on the gunmen had attacked a major military barracks in the city. Residents reported hearing gunshots at the barracks, which are close to the presidential residence. After the attack, the Ministry of Information declared an immediate curfew and strongly recommended people across the West African country to stay indoors. President Julius Maada Bio said calm had been restored and a manhunt launched to find all of the gunmen. The French government has launched a campaign encouraging people not to buy new clothes in Black Friday sales. The advert shows a man asking for advice in a shop before an assistant tells him not to buy anything to help the planet and his finances. The Minister for Ecological Transition responsible for promoting sustainability, Christophe Bécu, said the message has been criticized by other government departments. However, Christophe Béchu is behind the campaign. Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire called it ill-conceived and said it would harm honest businesses. Le Maire's department has been trying to tackle the rise in unemployment, the cost of living crisis, and seasonal sales are thought to put more money back into the economy. Black Friday is when retailers offer significant discounts and promotions and is one of the biggest shopping days of the year in many European countries. And now the main points of the World News segment once again. Kiev hit by biggest drone attack since the war began. Sierra Leone under curfew as prisoners on the loose. France warns people of Black Friday clothes deals. That was World News.
Development News.
The Climate Smart Irrigated Agriculture Project CSIAP has given computers and accessories worth 30.31 million rupees to the Department of Agricultural Development recently. The Ministry of Agriculture said the computers and accessories will be utilized to conduct training education programs for farmers in 11 districts where the project is implemented. The equipment were handed over to the Ministry of Agriculture and Plantation Industries at a ceremony held at the ministry recently. The Ministry of Agriculture said farmers in 47 agrarian services centres will get these benefits. The equipment was handed over to the Commissioner General of the Department of Agricultural Development, HML Aberatna, to distribute the farmers island-wide.
Moving on with sports news.
The Inter-Club Rugby League matches will begin on the 1st of December. The first game will be played between Havelock SC and the Air Force SC at the Havelock Park. It is scheduled to kick off at 6:30 p.m. and it will be played under floodlights. Organisers said to attract a larger number of spectators after working hours, the venue Havelock Park was selected. There will be 8 teams participating in the A division. At the end of the league stage, the first 4 teams will go on to play for the Cup Championship, while the bottom 4 teams will play for the plate. The organisers added the coaches in charge of each of these teams have level 3 qualification. The contention is that the teams will be able to display their best performance. There will also be 4 teams of women on display this year. They will play on league and 10-a-side basis. Their time schedule is 20 minutes each with 5 minutes half-time break. The teams are from the Army, the Navy, the Air Force and the CRNFC. The B division also to be revived. Those clubs that have more than 65 players turning up for training can field a side of the B division, the organisers added.
Go ekatiyana youth කට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න as වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The HSBC has apologised after thousands of UK customers reported they were unable to access mobile and online banking for more than 24 hours. The bank was flooded with complaints on social media, with users saying they have been unable to pay bills or make discounted Black Friday purchases online since Friday morning. The HSBC apologised for the inconvenience. The bank had told the BBC an internal system issue had caused the disruption. The problem started shortly after 8 on Friday, with the bank saying they were investigating the issue as a matter of urgency.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න as වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
And now in economic news, the Chief of Staff to the President, Sangla Ratnayaka, says the government will soon bring anti-dumping laws to protect the local industries. At an event held in Colombo, he said that this will be done to create a level playing field with local manufacturers and importers. He added that they have received many representations in this regard and are currently working towards addressing these anti-dumping issues. He added that excluding the motor vehicle imports, restrictions of all other imports have been lifted and many competitive products to local manufacturing are now entering the local market.
Weather report.
The Met Department predicts that a showery weather condition is expected to enhance over most places of the island for the next few days, starting from tomorrow. The department said showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the northern, north central and eastern provinces. Showers of thundershowers may occur at several places in other provinces too this evening. Showers of thundershowers will occur at times in the sea areas of the coast extending from Mannar to Puttuvil via Kankasatture and Trincomalee. Showers of thundershowers may occur at a few places in the other sea areas around the island, particularly during the afternoon or night, and around the Mannar to Puttuvil via Kankasatture and Trincomalee areas. The sea areas off the coast extending from Puttalama to Trincomalee via Kankasatture will be moderate and slight in the sea areas around the island. Temporarily strong gusty winds and very rough seas can be expected during the thunder showers. That was with the report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The formation of an export-oriented agricultural economy is crucial to develop the country, the President says. The government is expected to receive $300 million from the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank sooner if the IMF approves its second tranche. A program will be launched to provide students with vouchers to purchase school shoes. The BOI has achieved $1.8 billion in total investments with signed and approved projects. Kiev hit by biggest drone attack since the war began. In sports news, inter-club rugby league matches begin. That concludes this news broadcast. You are with Radio Sri Lanka on a Sunday evening.